Three things that I learned as a social media marketer in 2021. 2021, one of the most impactful year for my entire life. So before that, I want to tell you a quick story. Back in September 2020, I started my journey and I didn't really know what I was doing at that time. I couldn't even speak English at that time. So I can tell you that I was trying to learn from courses and I had to put the speed of a video at 0.5 so the person can talk slower and I can understand what he's talking about it. But I can tell you one thing from that. If the pain is great enough, there are no excuses. There are no things like, I don't know how to do that. So if you look at the most successful people out there, the most successful content creators, most successful maybe influencers that you are following, you are liking their stuff, you're going to observe that most likely they started their journey because they actually had some pain in their life. Now, eventually, after a certain point, their motivation can become something else. And that actually is the lesson number one. No pain, no gain. You could want that, you could dream of that all day, but there are very small chances that you will take massive action without enough pain. I know that it doesn't sound very sexy, but that's the truth. Lesson number two, and that is to adapt and adapt very quickly, because I'm running Facebook ads for e-commerce brands, and with all the changes that has happened over this year, with the iOS 14 update, with the privacy policy stuff, many other accounts starting getting worse results. What used to work no longer works now. And maybe many people say, well, this platform is not working anymore. It's not about that. It's about only people who have the skill and who can adapt very quickly, who can pivot, will win. And that's actually very good, because we had many actually businesses that were selling crappy stuff. I think you agree with that. And actually only businesses will have opportunity to win on the marketplace if they have a good advertising strategy. As you can see with all the algorithms that are changing quite every single month, if you can't adapt, then it's gonna be very difficult and overwhelming to grow. So that is the lesson number two. Lesson number three, and that is to have a mentor. As the author Zig Ziglar says, a lot of people have gone farther than they thought they could because someone else thought they could. I think having a mentor who can guide and give you help and hope, that is one of the most important things when it comes to achieving something that you want in your life. And actually, if you think, what is holding us back most of the time is lack of clarity. Even as little as what kind of creative should I run, Archie, or what kind of background sound should I use for my next post, those are signs of lack of clarity. And when that happens in a row, we tend to procrastinate, we tend to put things aside. I still remember when I got my first mentor, I got instantly ideas on what kind of things I should say no to and what kind of things I have to focus on. And that's the lesson number three. You need a mentor who can help you. Now, I know that some of the viewers lower self, for some of the viewers that are watching this video, they're gonna say, well, are you successful? Are you making a lot of money with this? Or like, why should we listen to you? And I'm gonna be upfront with you. I am not physically there yet, but mentally, I'm already successful. And I think if you can't see yourself successful first, then it's gonna be very difficult actually to get there when it comes to attracting and getting the materialistic things that you want. So now, let's make the 2022 the best year ever with massive action and consistency.